Tired of the spin? Sick of the noise? BS with Joe. Cutting through the show, truth bombs drop. Now everybody knows. Red, white, blue, but never just one view. It's the real, raw take. Straight to you. This is BS with Joe. Let's get into it.
All right. This is BS with Joe.
It's true. It is.
And we got some new stuff coming. And what do you want to lead into with this today? Or this episode?
Were you a Boy Scout?
I was not a Boy Scout, but I was a Cub Scout.
Okay. The reason I wanted to ask that is because I was a Boy Scout.
Okay.
I got to Life Scout, which is a step just below Eagle.
Yes.
And I was 17 years old and I had other things on my mind, so I had like 2 merit badges left to finish to get my Eagle.
Uh-huh.
And I had planned out you had to do a community service project that had to be big.
Uh-huh.
Eagle. And I had that all planned out and ready to go. I just never did it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, at 17, you got probably other plans.
Yeah,
other
I
ideas.
had a car. I had a girlfriend. There were other things that were priority.
Priority at the time, yeah. We all been there.
Yeah. But the reason I bring it up is because what happened to the Boy Scouts.
Oh, yeah. I haven't heard anything about the Boy Scouts. I'm
Right.
surprised it's not the Lady Scouts or like...
Well, see, that's just it. They have removed boy from the Boy Scouts.
So it's just Scouts.
Yes. And they allow girls.
Well, I figured that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. With nowadays, with everything that's going on, I see it coming.
It was
Or
formed...
it's been here.
The Boy Scouts were formed by Lord Baden-Powell. I think it was in the 1920s, like 1921. It was early in the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And it was within 10 years that they realized they had a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had people that they placed on what was called the IV files.
Mm-hmm.
Ineligible volunteer is what it stood for.
Okay.
They were pedophiles.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is about men going after little boys, but that's not what the Boy Scouts was about. And they did things to protect, and they got to the point where no one was ever alone with anyone. And, they set rules in place to do the protecting.
Mm-hmm.
Problem was, the damage was done.
Yeah, it's like choir boys and everything else like that. You're going to have...
Weirdos.
You're going to have predators in anything, especially when it involves children.
Yeah.
Um...
Now, they could have probably survived that scandal. The problem they ran into is, I think it was in the late 90s, they started having problems with the woke culture. And they were getting canceled.
Yeah.
So they were getting sued by people that had daughters that they said, you're excluding them. Well, yeah, they are. It's the Boy Scouts. Duh.
They have the Girl Scouts.
Yeah, there are Girl Scouts.
And to be
Girl
honest
Scouts
with
don't
you,
do the cool stuff, but...
Right, and I think Girl Scouts get way more funding than the Boy Scouts.
Actually, they do.
Because it's a more known organization. You see it in movies, TV. You cannot go into a grocery store some days without passing by a Girl Scout trying to sell you cookies.
Now, you will occasionally find the Boy Scouts selling popcorn, but the popcorn doesn't sell
No.
Girl Scout cookies. Everybody buys Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
Who buys Boy Scout popcorn? And it's
No.
expensive.
Yeah.
It's not that good of popcorn.
Or peanut brittle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't.
So,
And so that's where they lose all their funding.
yeah. So they got sued left and right over that, and then they also got sued about not allowing gays either as members or as leaders, saying that they weren't inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I kind of don't disagree with that one.
Yeah, well, you gotta look at what the Boy Scouts did. It was like camping and all this other stuff and a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, it was.
But that's not what a lot of, there's some gay guys that get it, love that stuff. But there's a lot that are more focused towards like stuff that the Girl Scouts would do.
True.
Just by nature. Now, I'm not, going against anybody that's gay. I have gay friends and all this other stuff. But, I'm just looking at statistics, averages. This is what most, like, that's just the way it is. Like, when I go to the gun range and I shoot guns, every person that I know that is gay or bisexual or anything other than heterosexual, they stay away from guns. And that's part of the culture.
I never really connected that before, but yeah, I guess that's true.
Now, there are some gay guys that are very gun oriented and are focused on guns, but I think a lot of that has to do with their own personal experiences and not the community experiences.
See, now when I was a scout, my scoutmaster was a Vietnam vet. He was pretty cool. His name was Ron Netzman. I don't think he's even alive anymore. He had heart trouble back then.
Well, yeah, a lot of people from Vietnam
Yeah.
probably aren't alive anymore, or if not, they're very disabled.
I'm pretty sure he's gone. Anyway, he was really cool, and it was weird because he wasn't really a super approachable guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was a leader,
Mm-hmm.
but he was a leader that taught you that leaders keep their distance.
Right. And I think a lot of that has to probably do with his experience in Vietnam.
Right. And things that we learned from him while out camping were things like noise and light discipline. And, I mean, if you had a flashlight with you when you were on a hike, you better not turn that on.
Yeah.
You'll be in trouble.
Well, and you think of it this way, too. He may have been trying to set up the boys that he was working with in Boy Scouts to possibly go into the military.
Oh, he absolutely was.
And he's trying to groom them for that.
Mm-hmm.
One of the reasons why I think our military has always been feared is the fact that our country is very much a gun culture country. Some kids growing up firing 10-22s. And so they've already known how to shoot firearms.
My dad had a 22 long rifle.
Yeah.
That he got from his dad.
That he got from his dad. Yeah. And there's a lot of hand-me-downs from generations on things like that.
Right.
And you know, they want to pass things down. Mm-hmm. They want to pass down things that could be very useful, especially in certain circumstances. But yeah, with Boy Scouts and other things like that, that's been getting canceled, and the Boy
Scouts are basically gone.
Yeah, they're gone at this point.
Yeah,
and there's probably going to still always be Girl Scouts.
Yeah, the Girl Scouts are still going strong, and there are girls that are joining what is now the Scouts, but the boys aren't anymore.
No, and Trump's been walking back a lot of the woke ideology, and so has a lot of different states, like Ron DeSantis with athletics. I even heard something about the Olympics because we don't allow
transgendered athletes.
Well, different gendered athletes or transgendered athletes competing in other gendered sports. Right. It's very confusing.
Your gender has to match the gender of the sport. Right.
And, you know, there's a lot of debate on, mentally I'm this gender, but no, physically, your chromosomes. What are your chromosomes? That's what chromosomal sport you're going to go to.
Because men's bodies, people that are born with testicles have a different bone structure, they have a different muscle structure, they are physically stronger, the bones are stronger. I'm not saying that, male is better than female. All I'm saying is that the physiology is different. Mm-hmm. And if you compete a boy against a girl in the same thing with the same parameters, the boy's going to win.
Oh, yeah. You look at all the physical statistics on it all. It's all there. Statistically...
Not to mention the competitive attitude. If you watch a boys' soccer game, for example, right? Mm-hmm. Then you go over to the other field and you watch the girls' soccer game, you'll notice a difference right away in how aggressive they play.
Mm-hmm. Well, you even look at audience participation, the NBA and WNBA. Mm-hmm. The only reason why the U.S. Women's Soccer League was any good was because a lot of the male athletes weren't focused on soccer. They're focused on football, basketball, baseball, as far as our top athletes, because those generate a lot more viewership, money, and prestige.
Just was it Sunday? I was sitting in the break room at work, and we've got a big 70-inch TV in the break room, and they had a women's football game on, I didn't even know that there was still a league.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, I support any women's sports, even pro sports, if they could keep the revenue.
Right. And the salaries have to match the revenue that's earned.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pay a WNBA player the same as you do an NBA player because the revenues are not the same.
Well, I mean, you could. It's just that the team won't last long.
Yeah, the whole league will go bankrupt.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that team won't make any
If
money.
If you
and
want
they
to
won't be able
continue to
travel.
have a WNBA, the salary has to match a financial responsibility to keep the league alive.
Just like any company.
Right.
You know, you look at a company, and that's something I want to segue into with illegal immigration. That's going to be on another episode.
Another episode. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else with Boy Scouts of America
And trans sports.
and trans sports?
No, I think we're in good shape on that one.
Right.
For now.
We're trying to keep these a little short, and we're
Yep.
trying to just get our opinions on these things. All
Exactly.
right. So, like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, I mean we've talked about trans sports before, so
Yeah. I feel like we're beating dead horses on some of these topics, but that's
Sometimes.
also why we're trying to keep these videos short.
right.
But yeah, leave a comment. Tell us how we're doing. Next episode.
Yep. Give me a second. Let me see if I can get this working.